Good afternoon, everybody. It is 1400 on Tuesday, September 30th. We'll go ahead and call to order, and Miss Ella Ramirez will do roll call.
Ella Ramirez for the record. We'll check and see for quorum. Is Paul Melendres?
Present.
Lee Cabanas?
Present.
Brian O'Neill?
Present.
Scott Lewis? Eric Holt? Matthias Rieski? Sorry if I said that wrong. Risky, sorry. All right. We've got 4. Looks like we have quorum.
All right. Go ahead and close out agenda item 1 and move on to agenda item number 2. This is for public comment. This is discussion only. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an item upon which action may be taken. Public comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person at the discretion of the chair. Comments will not be restricted based on viewpoint. To provide testimony during this period of public comment via telephone, please call in anytime after 1:30 p.m. on the day of the meeting by dialing 1-669-219-2599. When prompted to provide the meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and then press pound. When prompted for a participant ID, please press pound. When asked to provide public comment, please press *6 to unmute your phone and *6 again when your comments are completed. Do we have any public comment in the room? Do you see any public comment online, Ella?
I'm not seeing any.
I think YouTube has been caught up by now. Not seeing any on YouTube.
No.
Is there any public comment online? All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and close out agenda item number 2 and move on to agenda item number 3. This is approval of the minutes. This is for discussion or possible action. Chair Jared Franco, the working group, will discuss and review the minutes of June 3rd, 2025, and the working group will determine whether to approve the meeting minutes. Is there any discussion on the meeting minutes?
Paul Melendres for the record. I've reviewed the meeting minutes and propose approval at this time.
All right, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
This is Lee Cabanas. I'll second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. All right, agenda item passes, or the meeting minutes passes, excuse me. We'll go ahead and close that agenda item and move on to agenda item number 4. Emergency Preparedness Working Group Grant Balance Updates. This is for discussion only. Judith Lyman will update the working group on the current funding balances and closing dates of each performance period of the Epwg.
Good afternoon. So these balances are the best I could do with the fact that we still don't have our all our files back, and we haven't finished recreating some of the files. So if this seems wrong to you, please let me know. But right now I show Clark has a balance available of $550,402. Elko has a balance available of $360,790. Esmeralda has a balance available of $315,751. Lincoln County has a balance available of $519,307. Nye County has a balance available of $422,902. And White Pine has a balance available of $566,647. And OEM's balance available is $135,186. And I will send out these balances to you after the meeting.
the ending date of the performance period?
The ending date is June 30th, 2026.
All right, so that gives us about 8 months to spend that money. As we can remember, the nightmare was trying to balance forward the previous award back in 2021. So I urge you all to please get this money spent. And if you guys are having issues, please let us know well beforehand, so we're not scrambling at the last minute to try to figure something out. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns? Does anyone have do you all have plans on how you're spending that money? Especially the counties with the bigger balances?
Jared, this is Lee from Elko. Yeah, I actually have some stuff to submit probably this week. I'm actually supposed to be out of the office today, but I'll get it in kind of later in the week. And then we're working with Judith on some other spending. So I think we have a plan and we want to get it done before June 30th for our emotional support and y'all's.
We really appreciate that, Lee. Thank you.
So just for the discussion, Paul Melendres for the record, myself and Fire Chief Jeffrey Bushnell, we do have an absolute plan, and we just recently submitted some reimbursements, and so you'll see our written plan for the next 8 months very shortly. But you bet.
Appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. All right, any other questions, comments?
No, Brian O'Neill for the record. Clark has a plan also.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate that. All right, we'll go ahead and close out agenda item number 4 and move on to agenda item number 5, EPWG change requests updates. This is for discussion only. Jared Franco, myself, will discuss and update the working group on the status for the EPWG related budget change requests for multiple counties. So as it sits right now, Elko, Esmeralda, and DEM have put in change requests to purchase response vehicles with EPWG funding. DOE did request additional information. Elko has additional information has been turned in. DEM's information will be turned in soon, and I think we're still waiting on Esmeralda's additional information. So if we can get that as soon as possible, we'll go ahead and push that through. It is good to note that DOE did say there shouldn't be an issue with purchasing the vehicles. We're just trying to mind our P's and Q's and do it correctly, so nothing pops up later down the road. So that's really the only updates we have as of now. But again, next quarter, I'll give the update again. And if you guys have any questions or comments, and between now and next meeting, please don't hesitate to reach out. Is there any discussion on that? All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and close that agenda item out, move on to agenda item number 6, update on the Nevada cyber event. This is for discussion only. Christopher Daniels will discuss the Nevada cyber event and how it impacted OEM Homeland Security. Mr. Daniels will answer any questions regarding the 2025 tech recovery incident management team and its actions throughout the event. Floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Christopher Daniels for the records. For the past few weeks, I've been managing the OEM's recovery efforts after the cyber attack. Our impacted areas are the loss of a shared drive, as many other state agencies experienced. This heavily affected our finance operations. We have been working and had a lot of success restoring the templates and spreadsheets that support our day-to-day functions. Another major impact was the loss of our web EOC server and historical records. This presented an opportunity as we were already exploring moving to a more modern platform for our EOC incidents. And that's because Arizona has graciously stepped up and agreed to assist us free of charge to set up our Teams EOC, and that will mirror the one that they have successfully deployed for their state. That's all I've got for this.
Awesome, thank you, Chris. Yeah, so as he stated first, we lost our shared drive, which held all of our financial documents, which is why Judith was stating that the numbers might not be the most accurate, as everything had to be rebuilt from scratch. But Judith is a numbers master, so I'm sure they're pretty close. And we have received a good word that the shared drive should be coming back up online soon. So yes, fingers crossed, knock on wood, so we can gather all that documentation and get back to work. So that'll save us a ton of headaches if that happens. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns on that agenda item? All right, hearing none, go ahead. Okay. All right, so hold it till the end. All right, we'll go ahead and close that agenda item and move on to agenda item number 7. The OEM's use of EPWG funding. This is for discussion only. I will present the working group on how OEM has used the EPWG funds in the previous quarter to show the purpose and impact of funding. Ms. Ella is going to pull up the presentation now.
Working on it.
To go to the Zoom and share your screen.
And I clicked into it. Can everyone see the PowerPoint?
Not yet.
Damn it.
Please hold one while we are experiencing technical difficulties.
You should have a share screen on this one. And you clicked on it?
Mm-hmm.
Battery 43 is arrived. Yeah, but they got cool. Talk to that. Or Jacob.
Oh, right there.
William Baker X-ray, Paul Adam 7, 349, for William Charles, 40.
Can you all see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and go to the introduction. So this introduction, we'll send this out at the end of the meeting so everyone can have it for future use, as we're going to start the quarterly presentations again on how all the jurisdictions are using the funding. This is the introduction of OEM, our mission statement and what we do here. Go ahead and move to the next slide. All right, this is the important data right here. So this shows the funding that OEM received. Back in 2021, OEM's portion of EPWG, we were awarded the, I can't, what is it? 123,000 over the 5 years. During the periods of 2021 through 2024, we spent $47,048, leaving us with a balance of roughly $76,000. As you guys can remember, back in, I believe it was 2025, we came to the committee and asked for additional funding to help us out with some of the funding challenges we received due to the shortfall that because of the salary increases the state awarded us. You guys were gracious enough to allow us to have part of the balance forward. As you can see, we were awarded the 250,000 from the balance forward. And then in 2025, we spent 133,000 of that balance forward, leaving us 192. This year so far, we have spent little over 57,000, leaving the balance of our award at 135,000. On to the next slide, we'll show what positions that funding goes towards. So I can't really see it back here, but from memory, those the funding, the money that funds the salaries goes into our administrator, our deputy administrator salaries, our grants manager, myself and all of fiscal salaries, as well as Melissa and John's salaries as well. With the changes that org changes that have happened in OEM, we will be discussing how to rearrange that funding to now fit the org changes that have happened. So look out for that. We'll be sure to keep you guys updated on that as well. We'll push that out when all of that is taken care of. So this not only includes the state funded salaries, but also our contractor salaries as well. Go ahead on to the next slide. For the program areas of the funding, this is all of the expenditures that EPWG is included in, is the payroll, radiological detection devices, the detection badges, programs, supplies, the freight for Ludlam and the device repairs, various communication devices, the travel of our radiological operator, as well as the civil support license. And the next slide is all my contact information and where you can find additional info online and social media if you feel the need. Does anyone have questions, comments on that presentation?
I think just Paul Melendres, just a comment that I think the radiological money that's in the program that you have with the equipment that you've given the counties is well received, and the schedule of timing and the things that we get done is well worth the money and the investment. So we certainly support that from a frontier position. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Paul. We appreciate you guys as partners and working with us as well. It is an important program, and it's needed funding for sure. You want to go ahead and close that out, Ella? Is there any other discussion on that agenda item? All right. We'll go ahead and close it out and move on to agenda item number 8. This is for radiation training calendar for local jurisdictions. Chris Daniels will discuss upcoming trainings and exercises that may be beneficial and of interest to local jurisdictions.
Christopher Daniels for the records. I don't have any information for this agenda item. It will be left with John Fanzer, who's not available this week.
Thank you. Yeah, John Fansler has been deployed to Arizona to help with the funding, the flooding down there. So him and Rodney from OEM are down there and busy helping. So when he gets back online, we'll have him send out any training opportunities or what are they called? The calibration schedules that you guys don't already have. Is there any questions or comments on that agenda item? All right, hearing none. Go ahead and move to agenda item number 9. This is for public comment, discussion only. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an item upon which action may be taken. Public comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person at the discretion of the chair. Comments will not be restricted based on viewpoint. I believe we do not have to say the number again. So we'll give YouTube 60 to 90 seconds to catch up. Is there any public comments in the room?
Yes. I just wanted to mention that the state of Nevada is taking the financial payment system down as of 5 o'clock Friday. And it will be down for 2 weeks. So we will not be able to make any payments until after the 20th of October. Just a heads up information wise. I do have the payment request from Esmeralda, so we will try to get that processed before the system goes down. But anything we receive during that time frame, we will not be able to process until after it comes back up.
Thank you for that, Judith.
Judith, this is Lee real quick. What was the date that it's coming back up?
October 20th, they said, after October 20th. So the 21st is our expected first day we can actually start processing it again.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to be sure I got that.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you have anything, please get them into us ASAP. Preferably before Wednesday. Because it takes a day for anything to process through the system. And then it also takes a day to be put into the system. So Wednesday is probably going to be the last day we are able to process any payments. All right, any other public comment online, Miss Ella?
Not seeing any.
Is there any public comment online? All right, not hearing any, we'll go ahead and close that agenda item out and move on to agenda item number 10. This is for adjournment for discussion or possible action. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. This is Lee Cabinets.
You got a motion? Do I have a second?
Brian O'Neill, second.
Is there any discussion on the matter? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda item passes and we are adjourned. Thank you all very much. And we'll be in touch.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.